Yes, hi. Welcome back to another colorful episode. Today, we are at Dawadawa. We are here to meet Pelumi. She's traveling from UK, London to Nigeria, and she's now here in Ghana. We came to listen to her experience.
Hi guys, so my name is Pelumi Nubi. I am the very first solo woman to travel from London to Lagos by road. In terms of working with creators or meeting up with creators, very important for me to capture the place. So one thing I always said was I wasn't just driving through the countries, I wanted to experience them. And one way is through creativities, trying new ideas. Yeah, that's been really exciting.
I want you to speak on your border experience.
Is the freedom of movement within the continent as free as they claim it is? And sadly, the answer is no. It's not. You either have to pay for things you don't have to, like the ECOWAS passport, you shouldn't have to pay. I was demanded to pay in some places. So it's just those kind of things. So it was free flow from Europe. Going to Morocco, Senegal was like, Carnet de Passage. I was like, what is that? I knew exactly what it was. So Carnet de Passage is basically a document that says you have to bring the vehicle back. Lumi is my baby. I think about her like a child. Like I'm really like, you good girl? I know she's an animated object, but honestly, I don't have to explain it. It becomes almost a part.
Meet Lumi, the heroic car which has been a great companion to Pelumi on this journey. Pelumi goes ahead to share the functionality of the car.
So you can sleep there. Wait a minute. You have the pillow. I make sure I go a full-size pillow up here. And then, I'm going to try and squeeze it, guys. Normally I'm not this cool. And then you come in like this. It's not the most comfortable, but it makes you humble and makes you grateful for what you have. You have cooking or something like that. So you have a bowl, you can wash your hands, keep clean and all of that.
For now, we are just socializing right here at this beautiful space. I was also happy to meet other travel creators from Ghana. I hope that very soon we'll be able to collaborate with them on this channel so that they also share their experiences in the travel industry. As the event says, stories and bites. The drinks and bites were not left out. I had myself some drinks, and this is what they call the jollof wrap. After biting, I realized there was jollof inside. That's such an interesting food.
So like sometimes it's just like fear. You have to control it. You have to look it in the eye and be like, I'm not afraid of you. But yeah, with definitely some down moments in terms of difficult road accidents or that did shake me up, but it wasn't terrifying. Tell a story. Let people join you in the adventure. That's something I found to do well. And authentic storytelling. Like that's one thing I really enjoyed about this trip. There were moments where I was crying, there were moments I was screaming, there were moments I was fully immersed in joy. But showing your range of emotion as a human being was very important. And yeah, actually click on that post button because sometimes you overthink it. Like just put it out there. And just a quick question from you. When did you join my journey? The OGs, love it.
Yes. So the moment I heard about it, that's when I followed you. So I've been following you throughout the journey. So I wanted to ask, have you received that vibe that someone will be asking you who sent you?
Hey,
yeah.
People ask.
And how have you been applying to it? Yes.
So Instagram, I'm in full control of it. So I post, I comment. If you're seeing something, it's Pelumi, DMs, everything. So I'm the one because I've built such an amazing community. It's not just an online, like you can see how it's translated to in person. That was so important for me. It's not just, online, I'm real, I'm Pelumi. So that was very, very important. In terms of who sent me, most time it's for people that are not part of the journey. They journey later, especially after the accident went viral. There was Insta blogs and all these gossip blogs that people that have a bit of data and spare time become keyboard warriors. So for my mental health, I did not go there. We can consume what hurts us. So I chose not to be hurt. When they came to my page, instant block. Like, you cannot bring your negative energy to me. So definitely people will ask, who sent you? Tell them, God sent me. I sent him. Give them the energy back to them. So I think it's very, very important that people will doubt you. They'll tell you it cannot be done. But it really can. It really, really can. I'm a testament of that. In anything you've been thinking, and I think that's what this trip is about. It's not a case of quit your job, travel the world. Do that if you can. Do it when you're free. Do it in your spare time. It's mostly that one thing that I thought was impossible, which is traveling from London to Lagos. Pelumi has done it. So what else in my life have I considered impossible? Is it starting that new job? Is it starting that business? That is really the take-home message I want people to have from this trip. But yeah, to answer your question, I just don't pay them attention. It's like, let me send myself with you. I know that I have money from you.
What are your journey from the very beginning?
Hey.
OG. So my question to you, Pelumi, is what's next?
Hey.
So, once you arrive in Lagos,
Hey.
I'm sure you'll be accepted and you have the party and it will be amazing. But what's the next feat? What's the next thing that you're going to use to challenge yourself? Because now we're really excited and we all want to support you in your next endeavor. Have you thought about it? Anything if you haven't?
Yeah.
When will you think about it?
The pressure is getting worse. So this conversation has been popping up so many times. Even me and Shirley we spoke about it as of yesterday night or so. So it's been a constant conversation. This trip is coming to an end, and the next thing is what next, you know. I am very much horse blind. Like in terms of like I'm very horse blind, I'm very focused on one goal. You know, this goal is gonna be achieved and everything. I've been traveling. I think that's the thing about me. People joined this adventure when I started this London to Lagos trip, but before then I've traveled to more than 70 countries. So it's like I have been doing this for quite a while. So there will be more travels, that's for certain. I might need 2 weeks in the Maldives to like, you know, recover. You know? But there will be more adventure. And it's never been about travel. It's like I said, inspire the next generation. That's why the journey is ending in the University of Lagos. And next week Sunday, there will be a big celebration. And it's really just passing on the torch to the next people that, look, you've seen someone do this, you can be inspired to do the same too as well. There will be a lot of working with brands, you know, in terms of like helping them with, you know, marketing, media kind of thing. It might be a book deal. Hey, I'm putting it out there. It seems like to say this is it is almost putting a cap on what could be, you know. I am as big and expectant of what could be, from movies to Netflix deals. Like, come on guys, put it on. I'll take it. But honestly, it's all about empowering the next generation, empower women especially, to step out of our comfort zone and stop listening to naysayers. Like, we really can do these things. So a lot of speaking engagements are offline already. But yeah, I'm curious, like, what would you like to see? Like, what do you want to see? More travel, right? Yeah, like, you know, like we could do London to South Africa, but London to Lagos, South Africa, continue the journey. Like, anything is possible at this rate, but I'm just excited to continue to inspire, hopefully.
At what personal work do you have to pull your life and hold to this journey? And what was the language barrier like? And what like the dominant language that you heard on the trip so far?
That's good questions. Okay, remind me if I forget anything about. Okay, personal cost to this trip. And I think that's the thing about the cost of the trip wasn't just the cost of the trip. There was expenses coming out, and there was not necessarily income coming in because I was doing this trip. So those are like a double cost in terms of that. I'm quite privileged. There's a lot of privilege in terms of I'm dual citizen, so I have my British and my Nigerian passport, which allowed me to not have like needing visas at all. So I use my UK all the way to the Gambia, free entry, and I switched to my Nigerian for the West of Africa. So there was that in terms of no cost there. But like just expenses, like how expensive it is. And like I said, I'm privileged in terms of family commitments and things like that. Like no children, so there's no that, you know, commitment there. But yeah, it's oh yeah, personal, Then, like I think I mentioned earlier, like my family are on a cruise somewhere, having the best time. It was my mom's 60th birthday that I missed, basically. That was your personal cost. You can't redo 60th birthday, you know, it's gone. So, but again, life, I'm alive, you know, I'm healthy and all of that. So, yeah, I would say that's kind of like the personal cost. There are probably a few I'm forgetting. In terms of, what's the second question? Language, French was the most dominant. I would say English to a particular point. I think people mostly speak a lot of people spoke English. Hey, like, and I speak, so there was that. But I think French was definitely sign language, Google Translate, like I said earlier on. So definitely having those on background. I was quite surprised, even like in Abidjan, it was a large community of Nigerians that spoke Yoruba, which is my local tongue. But that was quite nice. It felt like I was in Nigeria for like 5 days. So yeah, I say those are the few things. The final question? No, that was it. I answered to one. Okay. Thank you.
Solo traveling, it sounds really nice, and you guys make it look really good on social media. But there are there times when you're driving yourself crazy, when you're talking to yourself. I mean, they say talking to yourself is like, that's where you get the best advice from, right? So it's good to be alone, but 2, 3 months, just in the car, driving. How was that experience? Like, was it a lot of self-reflection? Were you thinking like, wow, I'm really here? I can just imagine like driving, just you, yourself, the road, the car.
Yeah.
Like, how was that?
So I'm 29 and I realized that I have the old woman syndrome a little bit, whereby I need to turn down the music to see the road, So a lot of my drive were actually in silence. Like I'm just like, oh, it's been 5 hours, So it's very important. When I was doing, I was doing a lot of podcasts. Shout out to Noah. Anyways, South African comedian. His new podcast, 10 out of 10. Plugging him right there, best penny. But yeah, really, really good stuff. So that, but you do have a lot of time to think. You cannot escape yourself, and that's the joy of solo travel. You really get to know who you like, who you are, what you're able to do, who you stand for, all of that. So one thing about this trip, I didn't want it to be sugar-coated. It wasn't all rosy. You guys saw me crying. And when I was editing, I was like, please, don't reduce my bride price, reduce the crying. So well, I wanted to show. I was furious at the Liberia border, like 2 nights, we stay here, so there was a lot of that. There was a range of emotion. There was pure joy, pure bliss. Like when I crossed Morocco, it was just like tears of joy because I was just like, wow, this thing I thought was so hard, and I did it so easily. Like, what else in my life am I, overthinking? So there was just so many range of emotion in that moment. But yeah, solo drive is with practice. Like I said, I've been here for so long. Over time, I got to know, I'm able to do this. I like this. Museum are cool, but maybe not every day. So those kind of things, you just get to know yourself a bit better. I'll answer the question.
The stories and bites also gathered travel creators and creative talent, and I was marveled at this lady's illustration right from the conversations. Like as the conversations were going on, she was illustrating the experiences Pelumi has had. I found it really, really, really interesting. I don't know if I'll have that kind of confidence, but the best we can do is to support her. So if you are not following her on social media, please do. I'll leave her name right here. Follow her till she reach as we watch out for her next adventure.
Treat your content like a business, like a brand. Put a bit effort. You're showing up for work. I think Salim King says this. It's like, there's no other industry whereby you say, oh, will I open shop today? No. In the morning, the post will go up. In the evening, the post will go up. I'm on the road, I'm not on the road. I'm begging for Wi-Fi. I need to post. Take it seriously. Like, it's a 9 to 5. So, to anyone else, comparisons are honestly the theft of joy. Enjoy what you're doing. Show up for your community. Serve them. I remember when I had less than 10K followers, I literally wake up like, what content would be useful to my audience today? That's what I cared about.
On that note, see ya.